Hello, this is Niswander, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I'm here in South Pasadena at an historical site, actually. You can see the structure behind me next to the tree there. It's an old horse trough from 1906, and if you know the film Silver Streak with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, there is a scene where Gene Wilder is trying to get back on a train. He's supposed to be in Kansas somewhere, I think. And he runs past the trough and also that historic building right there to run on the train. Of course, it's supposed to be the Amtrak Silver Streak, and it is a train track. It's the light rail metro, you can hear. But not Amtrak. So it's a historic site, and I'm here, and there's a lot to talk about. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been busy, and there's a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Right this very day in Sacramento, this is April the 25th, the Wednesday, Michael Leidy, who is the Director of Public Policy for the California Nurses Association, addressed the SB 562, which is the Healthy California Act, basically a proposal in Sacramento for health care for all Californians, or Medicare for all, single-payer health care as it's known around the world. This is very exciting. It's something that's moving forward here in California. Also today, I know there was a major announcement at Cal State LA regarding what's going to be happening with the May Day. Yeah, the May Day March coming up. That could be the biggest one in LA history. We'll see. There was a Science March on Earth Day, and this weekend, the 29th, I hear there's a climate change, global warming march. We'll see. It's a record number of marches, too, since Donald Trump's inauguration. They're saying the May Day March could be a record, maybe up to 1 million people. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted here for sure in social media. And I also saw recently there was a panel discussion back east, 5 people on it. I only recognized 3, but they were discussing, I think, the future of the Democratic Party or the progressive movement, or both. The electoral process for sure was in the discussion because there were 2 former Green Party presidential candidates, Jill Stein and Ralph Nader, on that panel. Also Nick Brana, who was the outreach coordinator for the Bernie Sanders campaign for president. He went on to form, or be a co-founder anyway, of Our Revolution, and then he went on to be the founder of the Draft Bernie for People Party. So apparently he feels that Bernie Sanders will join that party and leave the Democratic Party, perhaps. We'll see. He's on a unity tour right now with the new DNC chair, Tom Perez, even with a slogan that seems reminiscent of one that was used as he was campaigning for Secretary Clinton for the general election. Doesn't seem too hopeful. Both parties don't seem to be in much of a situation to call themselves unificators. Is that a word, unificators? Well, it is now, I guess. But there are a lot of issues. These are exciting times as well as strange times. And it seems like it's business as usual in Washington. Tax cuts for those who really don't need it, and the people really that have the most needs for jobs. Not a whole lot, if anything, really being done. It's a crisis. It's a major crisis. The hope is with us, folks, you and me. Okay, and that's how we have to look at it. These are the days that we live in, the kinds of circumstances. This past week was interesting. Speaking of solutions, the economist Professor Richard Wolff was in LA to speak and also connect with associates. I created the Democracy at Work Pasadena group. Now this is basically for coming together to talk about and then create, which is what I'm starting to do with a group of people. a worker cooperative, our own business where we make all the decisions together democratically from the bottom up. No hierarchy issues, and there's so much to learn, so much to share, and we will get into that as time goes on. And I'll have some more information about where you can find us at the end of this video here in a moment or two. But first, before I do that, I want to talk about the NOWMAN Show. This week, the 27th, it's the debut of a broadcast. We do talk about policies with, in the studio, the Green Party candidate that ran for the April runoff of District 34 for U.S. Congress here in L.A., Kenneth Mejia. And he and Jenny Chang, who is Medicare for All outreach activist, coalition activist here in LA. We talked about Medicare for All. Also with Kenneth and then Brandon Ray Ramirez of the Democratic Socialists Los Angeles. We talked about alternatives to the two-party system and more. Plus a new feature on the NOWMAN Show, classic moments of the NOWMAN Show. Jimmy Dore, actually, from season 1. We talk about even more issues, such as getting off fossil fuels to renewable energies, guaranteed income for all, and more in a fun little improv thing that I think you'll like. And of course, always watch the NOWMAN Show on YouTube. The NOWMAN Show does broadcast on the Arroyo channel around Southern California at the very least, on channel 99, AT&T Uverse, and channel 32, Charter Cable in Pasadena, Thursdays 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Pacific time. And there's other shows too coming up. The Commons, that's a rebroadcast of the East LA psychedelic cumbia punk band who played live on the show. And they actually recently played the 2017 Coachella Music Festival out in Coachella Valley. Happens every year in April. Very cool. So we're replaying that, and also a couple of episodes with former DNC chair candidate Samuel Ronan from Ohio. We also have a panel discussion episode that broadcasted live on YouTube on April the 8th. We'll be seeing an edited and a broadcast version of that coming up as well, and more surprises. So connect with us online. The NOWMAN Show is on Facebook and YouTube. And I am Niswander, the host, the artist, the musician. You can also see a new music video live at Kulak's Woodshed on the Niswander YouTube channel. And that's Niswander. There is a Niswander Facebook page as well. On Twitter, it's at the NOWMAN Show and at Niswander. And of course, the new Facebook page, Democracy at Work Pasadena, about worker cooperatives and what we're doing there, and more. You'll see more information about that, and also talks from economist and Professor Richard Wolff, and so much more. This is Niswander, and I'm from a historic location here in South Pasadena, California. All that exists is right now. I love you.